Well, prepare to be surprised because the Ace family are embarrassing themselves again. Now, obviously, there's quite a lot of sarcasm in that, right? The fact that the Ace family are embarrassing themselves really isn't that shocking nowadays, but at least this time, it's actually not to do with Austin or Catherine. It's actually to do with Landon, who is Austin's brother. Now, I was actually made aware about the situation from Spill Sesh's new video, but as I was watching it, I was just like, honestly, this guy just has zero shame, doesn't he? So let me give you a quick backstory first on who Landon Mcbroom is and why we have previously spoke about him before. So just like his brother, he also had a family channel that got pretty big where he would like film his kid's life and his like relationship at the time and stuff like that. But then him and his girlfriend had a very messy breakup, to say the least. Because Shyla, who was Landon's ex-girlfriend, came out with a bunch of accusations towards Landon. Even went as far to say stuff like Landon was trying to take their kid away from Shyla and showed video proof of like this situation happening. And there was a bunch more stuff that if I did go into more detail now, this video would be like crazy long. But I did do a full video about it about a year ago when this situation was quite fresh, and there's a lot to it. But then months went by where we didn't really hear about Landon Mcbroom anymore, up until he got into some beef with another family channel. So as you can see, this video on screen right now called I Cheated on My Husband by Bramfam, and as I'm literally hovering over it, you can see Landon's smug face. I mean, he's fucking buzzing there, isn't he? Well, in that video of him being very smug, he is responding to Bramty, because Bramty, who's part of the Bramfam channel, actually made a video like accusing Landon of like stealing one of their video ideas at one point. And then she started saying that her husband could like box him and whatnot, you know, because the YouTubers, like, what else are they gonna do? But Landon's response to all of this was to act like a 14-year-old boy and say the reason why Bramty is saying mean things about him on the internet is because she has a crush on him. A fully grown man, by the way, you know, using an excuse that she's saying mean things because she has a crush on him. Like, he's already a bit embarrassing, isn't he? And we haven't even got into the new stuff yet, but before we get into that, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm getting very, very close to 400k right now. I think we're about 8,000 subscribers away, something like that. So if you do want to help out, that would be bloody lovely. So let's get to the current situation, because recently Landon Mcbroom has seemed to move on from all of this like drama and telling random people that they have crushes on him, and he actually found himself a girlfriend. His new girlfriend was called Jessica, and he would post a lot of pictures of them two together on Snapchat, which seems to be like what most LA influencers are doing right now. Because if you aren't aware, a bunch of creators are earning absolutely crazy money on Snapchat right now, which is why they're posting so much in it. I know David Dobrik is like raking in millions of dollars from it. Bryce Hall is raking in a bunch of money. And I'm pretty sure Landon was maybe a part of this partnership as well. But either way, he would post pictures of him and his girlfriend, you know, just kind of the normal coupley posts. But then now and then, he would post pictures of him and Shyla, who is his ex-girlfriend. Like I said, I got these from Spill Sesh, but as we can see here, this is a picture of him and Shyla when Shyla was pregnant, and here's another picture of Shyla and their kid, right? And he would carry on posting even more pictures of Shyla, as well as pictures of his girlfriend, which is weird for a few reasons. I mean, one, obviously, he has a new girlfriend, like, why are you posting your ex? But secondly, him and Shyla just aren't on good terms by any means. So it does seem a little weird all round, and one person who seemed to also believe that this was quite weird was Jessica herself, because then she ended up breaking up with Landon. And then Landon proceeded to post a bunch of like pictures of him crying kind of like about the breakup. I mean, we've got one here saying she wasn't ready for a relationship, even though he was the one still posting his ex. Doesn't really make sense. Got another one here saying he's going to explain everything tomorrow. Another one of him saying, I'm so dumb sometimes. I mean, you said it, not me. Some things just don't work out, I'll be good. A picture of him and his now ex saying, I'm so hurt. And then another one of them crying saying, I don't feel like getting out of bed. And I get the Snapchat bag is pretty heavy, right? But surely these pictures shouldn't really be public, right? Like, I get it, breakups are shit, obviously, right? But posting a bunch of, like, pictures of you being upset about the breakup probably isn't the best way to go about it. And then, obviously, because he's posted these pictures, it means he now has to explain his side of the story, which, spoiler alert, Jessica doesn't really agree with.
And, you know, that happens. Obviously, you wish some things were known, or you got to a certain level, but it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Everything works out exactly as it's supposed to.
Right, so as you just said there, Jessica wasn't ready for a relationship, and that he even said that he wished he knew that before it got to a certain level, which is kind of the whole reason he gives. I mean, this goes on for a bit, but it kind of is just the similar reasons. But Jessica goes on to say that this isn't the case. It's actually because Landon was posting pictures of his ex-girlfriend.
He was posting his ex-wife from one day, like randomly, just like that. And I know you guys noticed, I noticed as soon as I saw that, that broke my heart, of course. Like, my mental illness was like, my mental health was just fucked up. Like, for me, like, I get crazy, I get like a panic attack, because I was just, healing my process with my ex, and I was just not seeing this coming, and just like, and I say everything about this because I can keep it to myself anymore.
Yeah, obviously a very different side to the story. I mean, Landon obviously said that Jessica wasn't ready for a relationship, but I feel like if you're still posting a picture of your ex when you're in a new relationship, it's a very good sign that you're probably not ready for a relationship, right? Now, of course, the reason why I'd probably believe that Landon was actually posting these pictures in the first place is because the more views you get on Snapchat, obviously the more money you get. And if he starts posting pictures of his ex-girlfriend, who he kind of grew this channel with, and everybody who watches Landon knows him and Shyla being together, is going to click on pictures of Shyla and Landon being together, right? So it probably was just a bit of like a strategy to try and get like more views and stuff, but clearly this has had an effect on somebody else, and I mean, Landon being Landon doesn't really understand that.
He knows that this is affecting me, and my mind and everything. Like me, I'm looking like I'm the worst. I'm the one who broke his heart. I'm the one who, like, is the bad witch in this story, when everything I did was being loyal, respectful, open my heart again, and try give it a chance to everything. And everything I received was just not being respected. Like me, I cannot.
Yeah, so yet again, a lot of details obviously being left out, and I can see where she's coming from in terms of her saying that Landon's kind of making her look like the bad guy, because even though he was saying things like, oh, wish her the best, you know, it's all fine, all this stuff, he did also throw in other comments like,
oh yeah, she wasn't ready for a relationship, but I wish I knew that before I got to a certain level, you know?
kind of throwing little digs in there as if like she's in the wrong. And this is something that's been quite repetitive in every kind of bit of drama we've seen Landon be in throughout the years, is that he does like throw these little digs in and tries to make people believe that something happened that it didn't, but he doesn't go into crazy details because then he doesn't look like the bad person. But he throws enough information out there for people to try and make their mind up, so like certain people like get hate and that Landon's look like the bad guy, and it's pretty obvious what he's doing.
He just say like we're in different pathways, like we're in different pathways in life. Like this is, if this is something that bothers me, then he's not gonna do it anymore. But like this is the third time he does that, like posting his ex-wife, his ex-girlfriends in the past. So I don't know if this is a drama, this is a business, I don't care. Me, I'm Jessica. I'm very honest. I was always honest.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was expecting, to be honest. Like, I don't think many people would be okay with you just kind of posting your ex constantly on your Snapchat story, with like, especially like very coupley pictures as well. Especially considering like him and his ex just aren't on good terms, and if anything, it seems like Shyla like despises him from everything we've heard. I mean, this piece of drama's kind of been like brought up on so many occasions. Even like just a couple months ago, Shyla was like mentioning Landon and Austin and whatnot. So clearly they're not on good terms. I just don't get what he was doing, but from everything else we've seen with Landon, this does make sense.
And he's crying and saying a lot of things in his social media, talking about me, I destroy his feelings and whatever. This is not true. Like, I just cannot accept you posting your ex-wife. Just like that.
God, you're asking for so much, aren't you? It's just so baffling because, like, when Landon posts these videos, kind of trying to make it seem as if he didn't really do anything wrong and that he's had his heart broken or whatnot, does he not expect, like, the other person to, like, voice their opinion? Like, is this gonna be a shock to him that someone else decided to voice their opinion?
And honestly, guys, I've been so MIA lately because I've been struggling with this process of healing. This has been so hard for me. I'm a human. I have feelings. And this is really, really painful.
I mean, to be fair, right, she's came across really well in this, right? She's been quite mature about it. She is just kind of voicing opinions because Landon voiced his opinions and left a lot of details out, it seems. But yeah, I feel like this is another great example that you probably shouldn't keep your whole private life on the internet and just make it all public. Like, you really do need to keep things private, because the way Landon has been posting, even just this relationship in general, if we ignore the whole, like, ex-girlfriend stuff, like, you're only going to add more unneeded pressure to it, right? And then if something does happen, now you've got to explain it, and you run the chance of, like, having this drama that they're now having. When realistically, if the relationship wasn't so public, and I'm not even saying like it had to be like a complete secret, but I mean, they were posting every fucking like ounce of their relationship on Snapchat because, I mean, there's a lot of money on there. But if they didn't do that and it wasn't so public, they probably wouldn't have had to even like explain this really. They could have just been like, we've broke up. Cool. But yeah, it's just Landon Mcbroom not dealing with situations very well, but as you can see, Bailey's getting very impatient, and I think he's actually due his food, so it does make sense. I probably shouldn't say that word too loud, because he will go mental. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there. If you did enjoy, please do a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and let me know your thoughts on everything we spoke about in today's video. Kind of a bit of a lighter one, like nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a YouTuber breakup. I've seen it a million times before. But yeah, like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.